Bitcoin is currently ripping, roaring, bouncing, and boinking, and is now facing its biggest test yet. Will Bitcoin break and hold above our previous high set nearly 3 weeks ago on February 21st? Or will it come crumbling down like my trousers after a late night visit to Taco Bell? And is today the day that Ethereum can finally man up and blast through 1900 US dollars? We have some very interesting TNA slapping up these charts. Yeah, but what about altcoins? Oh boy, this is gonna be crazy. Everyone, I'm your host, Buster in my thruster, and I'm here to hold your hands while we blast to the stars. And guys, before we get into it, let's just be honest. These days, we're all kind of just blasting by ourselves. But here's the deal. When we all come together and blast as friends, as teammates, and most importantly, as human beings, then together, even the moon doesn't seem so far away. Unbelievable. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications if you absolutely want to get these time-sensitive updates before the milk goes warm, then definitely turn on those post notifications. And without any further skit-diddly-do, let's jump on in. Crypto is going up. Can you guess what is in my cup, guys? So if we start off here with Bitcoin on the weekly chart, what an absolutely very peculiar looking weekly reversal we're seeing so far. So one of the main things I want to start off with here is, guys, this breakout that we've been talking about now since the 3rd of March has gone absolutely beautiful to the upside, but now we're at that most important critical decision here, because if we fail over the next few hours, because I do think there is a pretty small window here, less than 24 hours, I would even argue less than 12 hours of a window here. If we fail to set a higher high currently, which we are, let's see how far away at this very second how far we are from a higher high. We're about 1.5% from a higher high, aka a new all-time high as well. If we fail to set a new all-time high here, which again I think we'll know fairly soon, then this could get messy. However, if we do not fail and we actually get a higher high, then this is in fact in store for a $70,000 Bitcoin. I think we're in store for a $2,500 Ethereum, still in the month of March. But it's very, very heavily reliant on if we can in fact get this higher high. Now, even if we do get this higher high, that doesn't mean we're going to see a $70,000 Bitcoin by tomorrow. It just means that it's very, very likely over the next week, and that is exactly the trajectory that I believe we're heading. But it's very important we do not count our chickens until they squeal. So if we go to this 1 hour chart, guys, you can just get a nice illustration of how close we are here. On these shorter time frames, I'll be honest, everything looks pretty good. It looks as though everything's continuing bullish here. Same story for the last few days. This looks bullish in my opinion. Even on these shorter time frames, looking good. Momentum looks good. Bitcoin's bouncing at very key levels. As you can see, over the last 24 hours, we've had some decent dips. We've had like 5% pullbacks multiple times just in the last like 24 hours. But Bitcoin has maintained some very short-term moving averages, obviously, as well. That also means it's maintaining a little bit longer-term moving averages, like the 4-hour, 21 moving average here on the 4-hour. Very good, getting bounces even slightly above it. 6-hour chart looking even more bullish. You can see exactly where we got a back test late last night. Came all the way down to about 54,000 and immediately bounced off of this Fibonacci level, which is just amazing, which is exactly what we want to see when we're continuing this trend here. You can see we're still breaching this fib level to get above this here. And you can see this big test is right around exactly. Let's actually zoom in so we can see where that daily close was. Because technically our all-time high was about 58,500. We had a wick up there, but our daily close was only about $100 or $1,000 less than that, about 57,500. And I definitely think that is a nice area where we could initiate pumpage, very similar to like what we said about Ethereum. That it was very likely that Ethereum was going to attempt its all-time highs as soon as it broke 19,000, and more specifically, kind of just get out of this resistance range here. So, like we said about Ethereum is probably going to rocket up to those all-time highs and past it as soon as we get past this very last resistance here, which is kind of in the range of about 1,800 to 1,900. Just round up to be careful there. Once it breaks 1,900, I think we have a very clear shot to be breaking new all-time highs by a lot. Same exact thing here for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks its previous daily close of about currently, we already broke a little bit above it, but we only spent like literally minutes there so far. But if we can actually shatter, 57.5 and just hold there for a longer period of time, I think it's very likely that Bitcoin is going to absolutely shatter 58,000. And realistically, I think 60,000 is going to be a big test. I honestly don't know how Bitcoin's gonna react at 60,000, but the momentum is really strong right now. So I think it would be very easy for Bitcoin to be breaking above 60K within hours of breaking the all-time high of 58,500. Yeah, and Ethereum as well in a very, very good spot, bouncing on its 6-hour here. Bitcoin still, though, honestly looking a little bit stronger, very much above its 6-hour 21 moving average. Ethereum bounced very nicely, though, at its as well. And some of these alts are even doing worse, but Ethereum's holding up very well right now. As you can see, out of most of these altcoins you can see on the side I've pulled up here, Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing the best in the last 24 hours, just in terms of maintaining some of their momentum here. And guys, something we've been seeing over the last 2 or 3 days now, you can see there's some decent volatility on the 6-hour chart. You can see Ethereum's kind of going in between this very key resistance level and getting some, you see it is getting pushed down a decent amount. It got pushed down to like 1750 a few days ago. Then just recently it got pushed down to like 1730. And same thing for Bitcoin. It has been having some pretty nice swings as well. If we just go to this hourly chart, you can see, within the last 24 hours, got pushed all the way down to like 53, and then also 54 just even 12 hours ago. So even though we're consistently making some highs here in the short term, it's also pretty volatile. It's swinging a decent amount back and forth. But the good thing is that both of these assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum, have so far held very strong, and that's a very good sign here. But again, the big test we need to see here is that if Bitcoin can greenlight the entire market by setting a new all-time high here, we do not want to top out exactly where we are right now. If Bitcoin tops out exactly where we are right now, and this is the high over the next 1 to 2 days, then that puts us in an interesting position. I would rather not set a double top, but if we can get that higher high there, then I think that will alleviate a lot of the fears that the psychology of the market might have because of this move, because I think a lot of people are looking at this and thinking this looks really, really good, but the only thing technical analysis wise that could maybe throw a wrench into our fun bags here would be if we do set a double top. But as well, I saw a lot of people actually talking about the potential of maybe like a cup and handle pattern, but I'm not exactly sure if this is the cup. This technically I guess that could be the handle, but I'm pretty sure the handles have to be a little bit more drastic than that. Maybe, but I mean, technically, I guess this came down a little bit. So yeah, that's another thing to watch for. Maybe, in fact, this is a cup and handle. That is a very, very bullish pattern. And I would be more than happy if that is the scenario, because guys, what does that mean? That means big gainers for Bitcoiners. It means big gainers for altcoiners. Delayed, but also, it's definitely coming. But again, most importantly, ever since we've had this cross that we mentioned back here on the 6th of March, things have gone bullishly for Bitcoin, and every time we've had this cross in the year 2021, it has been a very, very bullish signal. And that combined with the facts, guys, the stimulus checks are coming just days away most likely now. Just so many things bubbling to the surface that, over the next week, I 100% believe we're going to be setting new all-time highs. We could have a day or two where we pull back. Maybe we don't meet that, but it is also likely that we actually do it today. Bitcoin has obviously been trying. You can see just illustrated very nicely on this 1-hour chart. It just keeps attempting. We keep getting, we inch ourselves a little higher each and every time we get a little bit of a pump and then a little bit of a pullback. And now for some altcoins, guys. Let's actually take a look here with ADA. Now below its 21-day moving average. Remember a week ago I said about the possibility of ADA actually breaking down to the 50. I said it was right about March 5th is when I made that video, maybe even March 4th. And realistically, it's only been going down since then. It hasn't pumped significantly at all since then. So even though I definitely ruffled some jimmies because of that video, we'll have to see how it plays out. But now we're below the 21-day. DOT, at least above the 21-day, actually still looking bullish here. This is a pattern we're kind of seeing universally with a lot of these alts. Same thing for like Chainlink here. Even though Chainlink did dip down to its 50-day. Ultimately, I think all of these altcoins are in a bullish posture to have continuation as soon as Bitcoin makes a move. Usually, again, it's delayed. Like, they're not going to pump the second Bitcoin pumps, most likely. But if Bitcoin does initiate a nice move, most of these top alts are absolutely in a position for just further continuation here. Sand approaching its all-time highs yet again, around 53 cents there. We actually have the DXY continuing to plummet. Remember, we said we had a nice pump over the last few days, but now for the 3 days in a row, it has been pretty drastic dropping for the DXY, and trend I expect to fully continue over 2021 is dippage to the extreme for the DXY 100%. Remember, guys, you can give a man a fish, but if you teach a man to fall in love with a fish, then his life will be changed forever. Absolutely unbelievable. Wow. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. For anybody interested in trading, make sure to take advantage of our Bybit and Femex deposit bonuses below, up to 200 plus dollarinos after deposit. Only trade if you have experience, or only trade leverage if you have experience with spot. But without any further ado, that's it for me. Bye-bye.